Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to Kylie Minogue for the very first time. We'll be checking out her song, All the Lovers. I'm told a lot of good things about Kylie. First and foremost, she is an Australian pop superstar who most of us North Americans haven't heard of before. I mean, this is literally the first time I'm even hearing her name. She's extremely acclaimed worldwide outside of North America, so I'm excited today to enlighten myself more musically. And frankly speaking, so much of the Australian music that I've listened to and even reacted to on the channel has been sublime. There is something in the water there for sure. So really thankful today to Karsten the Radiant for the donation request and the selection. Appreciate you, my friend. Now, let's just jump in.
Dance. It's all I wanna do, so won't you dance?
Hold on. QR code on the water bottle 15 years ago. I'm not sure if that is a scannable QR code. I'm kind of tempted. Let me quickly try. Because if it's not, that is really crazy. I'm trying right now with my phone. Maybe the angle's a little off. I feel like this is before QR codes became highly disseminated, so definitely ahead of its time.
Dance.
Wait, hold on. There's one frame here, I think, where I can get it. Give me a second. Okay, come on. Maybe the blur. The angle. Let me know if this is a scannable one.
Dance.
If there's a meaning behind
all
it.
I wanna do, so won't you dance?
I can't get it to work.
I'm standing here with you, why won't you move? I'll get inside your groove, cause I'm on fire, fire, fire.
Love my jumbo marshmallows. Whoa.
When you get too close, but baby it hurts.
Whoa. What's
If love is really good, you just want more.
Everyone's doing it on the street, that's alright.
Even if it throws you to the fire, 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 fire. All the lovers
Oh, there she is.
that have gone before.
It's a huge pop sound.
Compare.
Big synths. Punching beat. Very provocative video.
Don't be frightened. Just give me a little bit more. They don't compare. All the lovers feel. Can't you see there's so much here to feel? Deep inside your heart, you know I'm real. Can't you see that this is going higher, 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 higher? Breathe.
Is there something up with like the excessive white imagery? Like the marshmallows we had earlier, now this like white floating inflatable elephant. Obviously everybody's dressed in like white undergarments. Not quite sure if there's a symbolism there.
Higher, higher, breathe.
Certainly a theme
I
though.
know you find it hard, but baby, breathe. You'll be next to me, it's all you need.
What in the bisexuality is going on?
Take you higher,
It's like an orgy.
higher. All the lovers that have gone before.
And I could totally see this being used in remixes too. It has that like flexibility, that feel to it.
Don't be frightened. Just give me a little bit more. They don't compare. All the lovers dance. It's all I wanna do, so won't you dance? I'm standing here with you, I want you more.
I mean, dance can also be used, right, as a euphemism, you know, for intimacy. Like, hey, you and me, let's dance.
Won't you dance? I'm standing here with you, I want you more.
And I mean that, let's dance.
Even if it throws
With
you to
consent?
the fire, 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 fire.
horse now. This would be a crazy sight to behold if it's all just this is a massive mountain of an orgy. I've never seen anything like this. Clearly there's some Photoshop happening, but there's still a lot of real people here. Wow. Freeing the dove. Wow. All the lovers. There you have it. By Kylie Minogue on the Aphrodite album. You know what's interesting? I mean, there's a lot that's interesting about this. I wonder why all the white? Because I feel like white is normally associated with like innocence, right? Which, not to say that like sex can't be innocent, but I'm just curious why that the white is everywhere. The dove, the elephant, the horse, the marshmallows, the water bottle. Even earlier on, I think we also had the white coffee cup, and then that QR code too. Let me know about that. That is very interesting to me. That there would be that scannable thing. I'm assuming it's probably like an advertisement for her album or something to that effect. Even I've generated my own QR code to quickly access my website. Sometimes it appears like in my banner section of the reaction videos. So I understand its purpose. Yeah, let's talk about the actual music and the meaning here. So in terms of musicality, I mean, to me, it's a very standard, bright pop song. Definitely extremely danceable and with like electronic influence. Maybe a correct labeling, if we're gonna do the labels, a correct labeling could be dance pop. This is my first time hearing her, so she has a really, really pretty and kind of light, almost feathery voice at times. Granted, there is a lot of post-production that's happening that, either adds other multiple vocal layers to the mix or maybe is doing some smoothing of her delivery in one moment or another, but you can just cleanly tell that the base, the foundation that is her voice is one that is really pleasant to listen to. I can imagine just listening to her speak in an interview and just be enamored by her speaking voice alone. I like her voice a lot. I like the simplicity to the electronic components. Oftentimes there are certain like dance pop songs you'll hear that I think go too far in one direction, either become too much of a caricature of the genre of dance and use too much electronic, and the other way in reverse with pop as well. Granted, that too much that I'm kind of referring to is a bit subjective. Some other people may say this is too far, but for me this definitely works. Let's talk about the meaning, all the lovers. It definitely lyrically seems to me like she's doing this sort of comparison of the current love that she has now, that she views as being truly exceptional and profound and actually moving her relative to previous dynamics and relationships she's had, because she's had former lovers of all shapes and sizes and genders and whatever, and now she has the person that she actually wants. And she's almost, I think, in that ending visual where she's releasing the bird, she's setting herself free of all of the past past baggage, I guess you could say. Not that it is baggage per se, it depends on the person, how you view it psychologically. But it's sort of like freeing herself of any of even those thoughts that can reemerge on, like, should I go back to the past person? Is who I have now the one for me? And if you can very cleanly say, like, no, everything from the past, it's almost incomparable to what I have now, that is an extremely good sign of the current relationship that you're in. Now, one thing I would say is that every relationship is an extremely, it has to be an extremely intentional process if you want to get the most from it. So if you're just kind of leaping from person to person to person quickly without actually connecting with them, right? Growing a true bond of love, of trust, then anything that you feel ephemerally, it will just be a temporary feeling rather than rooted in something truly permanent and long lasting. So you could have those like sparks that fly really, really high and burn really bright with somebody new, right? There's always that honeymoon stage that people refer to. So if we assume that's there always, maybe you could be conflating the incomparable relationship in the short term with what you've experienced in the past. So one must always be careful to recognize, is this a honeymoon? Is this true love? What does that mean to me? I'm building love with this person, and does it feel like we can actually negotiate and work with one another to build a future together? I think those are more telltale signs of the current love being incomparable to the past ones. But of course, there's a longer discussion to be had there. So these are just sort of my cursory thoughts, but definitely enjoyable listening to Kylie for the first time. Certainly would be down to check out more of her work later on. So if you are interested, you can make a Kylie Minogue request by clicking the first link in the description box below. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.